Hi guys, welcome back to the Coffee Break Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Lung, and I'm so excited to be back every Wednesday. You know the drill. I am sitting at my desk drinking my coffee. Today's coffee is a cold brew I made at home. It's just like the Dunkin' Donuts coffee that I brewed cold. And then I added some oat milk and a little bit of this Jordan's skinny syrups. They are so good. So that's the coffee we have today, in case you were curious. It's currently kind of early today. I'm trying to be productive and get up early these days. So it's hard with quarantine, trying to set a time you're going to get up and be productive, but I'm doing better. I'm trying to set an alarm for at least 8 o'clock, but it's hard. I'm going to say it's hard when you technically don't have anything to be up for, but you do have things to be up for. You know what I mean? Anyways, hello, welcome back. If you don't already, make sure you are following us on Instagram and Facebook. I would really appreciate it. And it helps you stay up to date with the episodes, or if today I'm doing a Q&A, you can drop questions on the gram for us, or ask us questions, or respond to the podcast. So make sure you're doing that. Before we get into the main segment, you guys know that I love to give you a little spiel of how life has been the last week. I really need to come up with a little segment name for this, So today, let's see. This whole quarantine COVID-19 thing is crazy. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in a movie, when I go out and about, and everything is sold out. Now at least groceries are semi back to normal. At least where I live, they're semi back to normal. You can find eggs, you can find milk, you can find bread, all the things that were really hard to find. I got a huge 20 pack of toilet paper the other day, so easy. It was fully stocked, in the middle of the day too. So I feel like that's getting back to normal, but you can't find any fitness equipment, resistance bands, dumbbells, treadmills. I was thankful enough I found a spin bike. It's so hard. And also, y'all know, if you follow me on TikTok, I've been doing my own dip nails. I've been doing little mini tutorials on my TikTok. And luckily I got into this before it got really serious, because my friend Alexandra was telling me how she's been doing her dip nails at home. And it was that first week we were on lockdown, and it was only going to be a week of hopefully everything being shut down. Here we are months later. But anyways, so I went and bought some, and I got really obsessed. So I started looking on Amazon for more colors, and I just have been loving doing my own dip nails at home. Well, now when I'm trying to find new colors, or I need to get new buffers or anything like that, out. And so my gal Allison, which, hey Al, love ya, miss ya. I talked to her yesterday about doing her dip nails, and she was sending me pictures from Walmart, where I told her girl, you'll find it. I promise, this is where I get my stuff, secret. Completely no nail supplies anywhere. Target, Walgreens, shelves stripped clear. And I'm just wow, y'all really be trying to do your nails in quarantine. It's just crazy how hard it is to find things simple weird things nail supplies, and it just blows my mind. So yeah, I don't know, just had to talk about that because it's crazy. This is just crazy. It just feels unreal. And I went to Trader Joe's last week, and I'm wearing my mask, and I have my gloves on, and I'm being all protective, but it's just so weird. And people are waiting in the 6 feet apart line outside the grocery store, to get inside, but no one's talking. One, it's hard to talk in those masks, and it's freaking hot, but no one's talking. Everyone's quiet. Everyone's very serious. It's just weird. It's a weird time we're in right now for sure. So hopefully we get out of this and back to our normal lives soon. But I also am one of those that's very cautious. I know for, Austin area, they're doing phase 1 of opening things up starting this Friday, which would be May 1st. If I don't know when you're listening to this episode, but I'm kind of nervous and excited. The things they're opening, I don't know how I feel about it. Restaurants and movie theaters, but at 25%, it's just weird. It's a weird time. And I think I'll probably honestly still be staying at home and not going to those places. I'll still probably order food to go if I order food. I've been cooking a lot at home. So, yeah, I talked about that in the last episode. Wife me up. I've been cooking so much and baking, but I just think I'm going to still take it easy and very careful with these phases of opening up. So that's my little Corona update. But other than Corona put aside, I have been really focusing on what I'm eating rather than exercising. So I went through this phase where I got really down and upset about my workouts. They weren't good. Like my spin bike, I had some issues with the pedal, but Echelon is literally the bomb and they sent me new pedals. But besides that, like spinning's been great, but I miss working out, like lifting heavy weights. And I was just getting in this rut of like doing the same thing and like trying to get creative. And like I would go through phases where I'm like having really good workouts. I'm doing Instagram lives with my workouts and things like that. And then like the past week or so has just been like, and I've just been spinning, which is a great workout. But anyways, it was just really like hard because I'm used to going to Golds or LA Fitness and like getting in a good like workout. But now I've kind of flipped the switch, which honestly I needed to really focus on what's going in my body. And so I've been drinking more like pressed cold juices, which has been like life-saving. I love those, and it's helped with like my bloating. I have very serious bloating. I haven't been like diagnosed for like whatever that thing is called, but I have very bad bloating and it hurts and it's painful. So I've been doing a lot of juicing lately and it has been life-changing. I've been drinking the Just Made juices, very simple ingredients, very good, love them. That's helped a lot, and just making sure my plate's colorful. And I preach this all the time, but like really like toning in and doing it for myself has been so different. I was tracking macros for a little bit and then I was getting like obsessive over it, and that's how I used to get. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like that. And I got like really weird. So I'm like, I'm just going to focus on eating very colorful, well-balanced meals. And so I've been making sure like it's colorful, like literally what I said. So I'll be having like bell peppers and spinach and Brussels sprouts and carrots and corn and things that add a lot of color and variety to my plate. And it has been so much better for me, and I feel better and I feel motivated to actually get up and work out and do things. And that alone has been the biggest progress I've made with this like at home like fitnessy lifestyle change, if you will. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because if you're struggling with what you're eating, I can tell you right now, so was I. And making my plate colorful, I'm telling you, just try it. Let me know on my Instagram or my Facebook page if you try it, because life-changing. Completely life-changing. One, it's fun because it's like, how many colors can I fit on this plate? But two, like you just feel so much better because you're getting all those micronutrients that you really, really need. So yeah, rant over. So yeah, that's kind of like my update for now and what's been going on and where my mind and my headspace is at with everything. So yeah, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little Q&A for you guys and just share, you know, some things that you guys want to know. We're a couple episodes in, so you know a little bit more about like my college past, you know, about my fitness a little bit, you know, just like little smidgets of my life. And so I want to know what you guys want to know or any questions you have. So we're going to jump into that. If you have a story you want to tell or just something you're super passionate about, join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners. If you follow the link in the show notes and let Buzzsprout know that we sent you, you get a $20 Amazon gift card for signing up for a paid plan, and it helps support a show. So for today's Q&A, I hit up the gram and asked you guys to send me some questions. I asked you guys on my personal IG and on the podcast Instagram because we got a lot of y'all listening, but a lot of y'all not following me on Instagram. So make sure you follow the coffeebreak.podcast because that's where I like post the new episodes and all that good stuff. And, you know, we interact and we talk about the pod. So make sure you're doing that. So I got a lot of feedback, which I was very, very excited about, but I pulled some of the more like important ones and juicy ones and things like that. So yeah, I think I have about 15. I don't know if we'll hit all 15, but we're going to try. So here we go. First question that stuck out to me because I think this is a spinoff from last week's episode, and it was, why did you drop out of college? And I briefly touched on it, I think, but I didn't go in depth with it. And basically, I dropped out 2 different times, and the first time was definitely like a mental health issue, and I just was very, like, my anxiety was really bad. I was really down, and I don't want to say like it was depression, but I was definitely going through it, and I just didn't know. I couldn't put my like tip of the tongue on what the issue was, and all I could think of was college was stressing me out and making me insane. I was working a full-time job and I just couldn't handle it all, and I dropped out because I knew I needed a semester to just get my life back on track and figure out a work schedule that worked with college. So I dropped out. And then a semester or two later, I went back to Texas State. I was still enrolled technically. So actually it was just a semester off because I didn't have to apply. And so I did that, and I went back for about a year. And the first semester I was super motivated and it was great. And I was like, I'm going to graduate and this is going to be awesome. And then the second semester, it was just like a spiraling effect of me working way too much. Like I'm working we're talking 35 hours a week. And that is too much when you're doing a full load. I should not have done a full load at college if I was going to be working that much. And I just couldn't handle both. And it's not like I was working a normal job. Like when I was waiting tables at Texas Roadhouse, like that was easy to manage. It was easy to take off of work and get your shift covered. It was easy to change your schedule every week. But when you're coaching a competitive cheerleading and trying to do college, it's nearly impossible. I was gone every weekend, and my schooling wasn't online. If I could go back in time, I probably would have done online school for that time being of my life, but I didn't. So I'm working. I touched on this in the last episode, but I basically went from school from 8 or 9 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And then I had to be at work at 3:30, and it was about a 30-minute commute. So you think about driving back into Austin, make sure I'm getting food or change, whatever I need to do, and then jumping into work and then working till 9 o'clock and then getting home and staying up all night trying to do homework. And half the time I wouldn't, and I would just fall asleep doing or attempting to do homework. It was awful. And then weekends we were out of town for competitions or having extra practices, and it was just too much to handle. So I ended up dropping out again because I was making really good money in coaching at the gym I was at, which at the gym I'm at now, it's way better, but not to touch on money or anything, but I was making really good money for what I was doing. And I was like, I don't see a point in college if this is my passion and I'm making good money and I have full benefits and this is a career path for me. So I ended up dropping out, and that was kind of my deciding factor. Here we are several years later. I'm still coaching. It's still my passion, and I'm still very, very happy with that decision. I still say constantly, maybe one day I'll go back to online learning and finish my bachelor's degree. But as of right now, I'm very, very happy being a college dropout. So yeah. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, favorite quarantine items. Ooh. Well, my number one favorite quarantine item has to be my spin bike, but I feel like I talk about that every episode, so I don't want to rant on that, but my spin bike for sure, hands down. My next favorite quarantine item is probably going to be my cold brew maker, because naturally loving some good cold brew, and I've actually been really liking the the Chamberlain coffee cold brew packs. Ooh, those are so delicious. Man, favorite quarantine, my Switch. Oh my gosh, my Nintendo Switch is probably hands down one of my favorites because I've been playing a lot more because I've had time, which I've never really had time to play my video games, but I've been loving Animal Crossing and Mario Karts, and I sometimes Overcooked. It just really stresses me out, and my best friend Marcus loves playing it, and it literally stresses me out. It's one of Trey's favorite games too. And I liked it at first until it got harder. When it's easy, I was like, this is so fun because I'm good at it. And then it got medium. And then you're like, okay, this is a challenge, but it's still fun. And then the hard ones just piss me off. I get so mad. So I'm just I'm done. But since I've made so many friends that not made friends, but a lot of my friends have Nintendo Switches, which I didn't know. And so we became, Nintendo Switch friends. So playing those games online has been so much fun because I'll FaceTime them and then we'll play and Animal Crossing and go visit others' islands, and it's just been so much fun to socialize through my Nintendo. So been loving that. Someone asked, is the shelter-in-place order still effective near you? Yes, we are still shelter-in-place order. Apparently it's being lifted on Friday, May 1st, which is kind of scary, which I touched on in the beginning, but yeah, as of right now, as I'm recording this, we're in it until May 1st for phase 1 of opening things up. Someone asked, burgers or tacos? How dare you ask me that? Like, whoever wrote that, I'm so mad at you. I'm going to go look who wrote it here in a minute in my archive. But, gosh, burgers or tacos? If I had to decide for the rest of my life, like if this was like an ultimate life decision, I would have to go with tacos because there's so many types of tacos. And although there's a lot of types of burgers, I only like one type of burger. I just want like a cheeseburger with like lettuce and pickles and, mayo, ketchup. That's it, But like tacos, you can have breakfast tacos. You can have shredded chicken tacos. You can have beef tacos. You can have fajitas. Just kidding. Fajita tacos. You can have, there's just so many types of tacos. Bean and cheese tacos. I could go on. So tacos. I love tacos. Tacos win. Okay, next question is, do you like nutrition plans? And that's so funny because I literally talked about this in the intro. Nutrition plans work for some. I think it just kind of depends. So I tracked macros for almost 3 years. And personally, I just developed a very obsessive relationship with food and over what was actually going in my body. Like macro-wise, like fats, carbs, and proteins. Like I can literally look at something now and be like, oh, that has like 22 grams of protein, this much carbs and fat. Like that's how much I know about macros. I feel like I can just eyeball it, like, oh, that's about 4 ounces of chicken. It has this. So that worked for a really long time. And then it didn't because of how obsessive I got. I tried intermittent fasting. There's so many quote unquote diets out there, or, a lot of them are fad diets, in my opinion. I know a lot of people do keto and paleo and things like that. And you just have to find something that works for you. And for me, intuitively eating, now that I know what I know, though, has been a lot of help. I know my portion control and I know what my body reacts well to. And I know for me personally, a high protein, high fat diet, and not keto, because your girl can't do keto. I have carbs and I have a nice amount of carbs, but a lower carb, high fat, high protein diet is really what has been working for me lately, and a colorful diet, as I said in the beginning. So I think nutrition plans are good if you're new and you don't know anything about nutrition. I think they're awesome to get you understanding to a sense. So once you really understand your body and what it needs, then intuitively eating, and you'll just know what to do. So I think getting started when you're new, nutrition plans are good. But I think having a dietitian, work with you, I think that's very important. Let's see. Do you like being a tumbling coach? I love this question. So I feel like anytime I do a Q&A on my Instagram or my Twitter, I get this question a lot. Like, do you like coaching cheerleading? Do you like coaching tumbling? And obviously I do, because it's my job. But it has its pros and cons like any industry. For me, coaching tumbling as a woman, and not that I'm skinny, but like as a smaller than most of the coaches, where I coach, the coaching staff is predominantly males, and that's totally normal because coaching tumbling is a very physical, hands-on job. You're lifting humans. Their life is, in your hands. They could fall on their head and you have to catch them. And have I been taken to the ground? Absolutely. But I've also learned throughout the years how to coach. I'm only 5'2", and I am coaching some girls that are taller than me, and that is a big struggle. So for me, coaching the fundamental skills, like if I'm coaching a tucks or layouts class, making sure their back hamstrings are very strong and their set's very strong and they have good body control, then I know my job's going to be easy. And half the time I don't even spot that much. It's more of like moral support. Whereas with the younger ones, like teaching a back handspring, I'm being very cautious of how I teach this back handspring. So when they are older or when they are doing tucks and layouts, I know my job isn't as hands-on. And I think that's just something I learned through the years as being a tumbling coach. Now, I will say the only con for me now that I've learned that is you are going to have those freak accidents, and that's just part of it. So a few months ago, I did break my nose because someone who I've coached for a while and spotted so many times on a back tuck, she threw her arm out, elbowed me in the nose, broke it, was in the emergency care that night. But that's just part of it, and I think that's the only con. But there's so many pros to the job that it outweighs those injuries. So yeah, that's the only thing. But I love it. I wouldn't still be doing it if I didn't love it and passionate about it. And yeah, okay, rant over. So the next question I got is, what's your YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is just Emily Lung. Look me up on YouTube. Actually, 2 different channels come up because I used to have a makeup channel, which I debate all the time bringing it back. So maybe one day. But yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's just Emily Lung, and I can link it down below in case you are curious. Tips to get abs. Why do I get this one so much? I literally don't even have abs. Like, I'm thicky Nikki over here right now. Tips to get abs, I would say, are more body weight movements. It depends what kind of abs you want. For me, I want like that pretty, like lean, bikini, beach bod physique that you see all over Instagram. So for me, a lot of body weight ab movements and not doing like heavy abs. You don't get like those like chicklet, like thick abs, like guys want. That's just my opinion. A lot of body weight. And your diet, clean up your diet, clean up your gut health. Your gut health will be life-changing in your midsection. So lots of vegan reds and greens, lots of probiotics, prebiotics, kombucha, things that really help the gut. So yes, gut health. I could literally do an episode on gut health. That sounds so gross, but I'm very passionate about it. What is your favorite luxury item? Ooh, this is a fun one. So if you didn't know, I do collect handbags. I do have some pricey ones. I like nice things, and people can call you materialistic, but like some people collect video games. Some people collect sculptures, comic books. There's a lot of things people collect that are very valuable. And so I feel like when girls collect luxury handbags, it's very looked down upon, and they call you spoiled and things like that. And I just think that's so negative and different. Like, it's just what we like to collect. It's what we like. And for me, I'm one of those. So, and I'm not like, I was spoiled growing up, but like, it's not like I came from money. And so I've worked hard for this. I've spent my own hard earned money on this. So when people like attack me in the comments, I'm like, really? I want to know what you like to spend your money on, and let's see if it compares. But anywho's, my favorite luxury item, I think, oh man, that's hard. I love them all. Well, handbag, I think my favorite bag is my Gucci bag. I have a Gucci Dyson. I think it's called, not a Dyson, that's the hair dryer. What is it called? Oh my gosh, why am I going blank? But I have this Gucci crossbody bag that has this like thick chain on it. Oh my God, it's literally a statement piece. I love it. It's very basic, like a lot of people have it, but oh, it's so beautiful. So that's probably my favorite bag out of my collection. I have a very small collection, but that one's probably my favorite item. Shoes wise, because I do have a lot of designer shoes as well. I think my favorite designer shoes are probably my cheapest, and it's my newest pair of Yeezys. I got these like the Sage Desert ones. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. But those are like, I want to say basic. They're hard to get, like if you don't get them at launch, because if you get them at launch, they're like $220. But if you get them after launch, they're like in the thousands. So I guess you can consider that luxury, but those are my favorite designer shoes for sure. So do you even consider that designer because they're made by Adidas? I don't even know. I don't know, but I thought I'd just let you know. What is your favorite holiday? Ooh, this is a good one too. My favorite holiday, surprisingly not my birthday. I mean, I love my birthday, don't get me wrong, but my favorite holiday is Christmas. I love Christmas. My family I get to see like everyone at Christmas, and with Thanksgiving, like everyone sometimes like can break apart and go to other sides of the family, whereas I feel like Christmas, you have Christmas Eve and Christmas to make your rounds and see everyone. So being able to see all sides of my family just makes my heart all warm and fuzzy. And I am the best gift giver, okay? I love giving gifts, and so I get so excited about giving presents. I can hardly contain my excitement. Like, I start shopping like pre-Black Friday and I'm like just fuming. I love giving presents. I just love seeing people's reactions. So that's why I love Christmas so much. Do you play video games? Another one that I actually touched on in the intro. I did not do that on purpose. Yes, I play video games. I play PlayStation and I play Nintendo Switch, and I love video games. On the PlayStation, I really only play Fortnite. I've played Apex a little bit, but that's really it. I don't play it a lot because we only have one, so Trey and I like fight over it. So those are the only games I really play on the PlayStation. For the Switch, the list goes on. Every Mario game you could name right now, I probably own. Like my whole collection's Mario. And then I have obviously Animal Crossing and Overcooked. And a little bit of Fortnite on the Switch too, a little bit. But yeah, love video games. That's why I've like been debating like doing a Twitch account and live streaming my gaming, because I'm not great, but I think it'd be fun. So let me know if that'd be fun. What is your go-to coffee order? Ooh, okay. The thing is, I don't have one because, I mean, I do, but I don't. I love all types of coffees. I love lattes. I love cold brew. I like iced coffee. I like Americanos. I like Frappuccinos. I like protein coffees. Like the list goes on. But I think my go-to order is always a black cold brew because it's safe and I like black cold brew. So I guess that's my go-to. It's so boring, but if I don't get a black cold brew, I'll get like an Americano with like a splash of flavor in it. Maybe some oat milk. I love a good oat milk latte, but my go-to for sure is just black cold brew. I know, I'm so boring. Sorry. What made you love working out? I love working out, but I also don't love working out, you know? But I love the rush of endorphins. That's what it is. I love sweating it out and knowing that I worked hard, and then you just feel good about yourself. You're like, yeah, I'm that skinny gal, even though I'm not a skinny gal. But, you know, like it makes you feel good. It's the endorphins for sure that make me love it. But I think for me, it's also like an outing out of the house and a little like, not socializing, but just getting out, people watching, sweating it out, taking some cute Instagram pics. Like, I don't know. It's fun for me, and I like going with someone. So Marcus and I are like really strong workout buddies, and just doing that when we're out of quarantine is something I always look forward to. We push each other and we talk crap to each other, and it's just a good time. So I think what has made me quote unquote love working out though is the post-workout endorphins, just knowing I'm going to have that. It's just that good natural high that you're just like, yeah. So yeah, that's what makes me love it. And the last question I want to end on, this one I read and I was like, ooh, I don't know, is what is your ultimate life goal? And I was like, wow, I don't know. I have a lot of goals and things that I manifest for myself, but I think my ultimate life goal is to just have a solid career that I love, and I love coaching. But there's so many other things I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about this podcast. I'm passionate about my YouTube channel. I am passionate about spinning. I would love to be a spin instructor one day on top of coaching cheer. I would love to have my own gym, like my own fitness gym here in Austin, and, you know, offer classes and, you know, be like the most Instagrammable gym and just have good lighting and good vibes and a good pro shop, and, you know, sell my 1UP supplements that I'm sponsored by. And there's just so many things that like I'm passionate about and want to do in life, but I don't know what my ultimate life goal is. I think that would just be to live a comfortable life where I can travel, have a beautiful home and a beautiful family, and just be happy. But I know you're always going to have those ups and downs. I don't even know my ultimate life goal. I think it would just be like live comfortably and a happy and healthy life for me and my family. I know, so basic, I think, but that's genuinely what my ultimate life goal would be. So yeah, I hope you were able to get a little more insight about me and who I am. And if you already know me, maybe you learned something new about me. And I hope this helps going forward with the podcast and you understanding my stories and my background. And if you like Q&As, let me know, and I'll definitely do more of them. This is super fun. Or maybe we'll do like a more focused Q&A, like Q&A about college, Q&A about fitness, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But Thank you guys so much. I hope you liked last week's episode with my brother. I will be bringing on more guests. Next week, I will actually be having a guest as well. I'm very excited. So thank you guys so much. And you know where to find me. Same time, same place next week. Toodles.